Hi everybody on YouTube. Today I am going to be reviewing a book for you that I've been meaning to do the review for since the book came out, but life happens. Anyways, this is the short Second Life of Bree Tanner, and it is the most recent novel by famous Stephenie Meyer, who wrote the Twilight series, as well as the book called The Host that a lot of people have enjoyed. Now in this book, when you purchase it, $1 of every purchase you make goes towards the American Red Cross. And this book you can also actually read for free online at Stephenie Meyer's website. You can get the link from there. What I'll do is I'll put a link in the sidebar for you so you can click and go and read the book online if you'd like. Or if you're like me and you have all the Twilight books and you want to have your own copy of this to add to your your stash collection, then you could buy it and money gets donated to the American Red Cross, so that's really nice. Now, the short Second Life of Bree Tanner is kind of a mouthful, but it tells you a lot. It tells you that she has a second life, so obviously Bree Tanner is a vampire, and that she wasn't a vampire for very long because it's a short second life. Okay? Now, some of you might be saying, Bree Tanner, who the heck is she? She's not a Cullen. She's not from Bella's family. Like, who is this person? At the end of the book Eclipse, there's a scene where the vampires, the Volturi, have come in, and they are going to make sure all of the newbies that were made are killed, which the Cullens basically did, and the werewolves did as well. But there is a scene where Carlisle, he comes and he saves one of the female newbie vampires, the newborns, and the one he saves is Bree. He's like, oh, we will take her into our coven and we'll train her, and she's so young, so, and because she surrendered. She said, don't kill me, I'm not fighting, the whole thing. But the Volturi, they were like, no, we're going to kill her anyways. So, I'm not really reading the story for you. Spoiler alert if you haven't read Eclipse, which if you're going to read this, I'm sure you have. Anyways, so the person that this is based on is that vampire who was going to be saved by the Cullens, and in the end wasn't. But this book is based on, she's been a vampire for 3 months, so she's still pretty newborn. And it's about the experience of learning things about what you are, of being a vampire. So in this, she learns about the shimmering light that comes off the skin when you're a vampire in the sunlight. She learns about the myths of vampires, garlic and that vampires sleep in coffins and things like that, that those myths from when she was a human are not necessarily accurate in real life for vampires. So, the story about her and that experience and a friendship she formed as a vampire as well with somebody named Diego, who is actually a really interesting character as well. There's actually a couple of really neat characters in here. I mean, they talk about Victoria, they talk about Riley, who is in charge of Bree's coven, and then they talk about Diego. Oh, and there's a guy named Fred who they talk about, who's a vampire. He's a fun character as well. What I'd like to do, like I usually do, is read the back of the book for you. It says, I watched his body change. He crouched on the roof, one hand gripping the edge. All that strange friendliness disappeared, and he was a hunter. That was something I recognized, something I was comfortable with because I understood it. I turned off my brain. It was time to hunt. I took a deep breath, drawing in the scent of blood inside the humans below. They weren't the only humans around, but they were the closest. They weren't the only humans around, but they were the closest. Who you were going to hunt was the kind of decision you had to make before you scented your prey. It was too late now to choose anything. So the back of the book is talking about, obviously, going to hunter mode of being a vampire. And let's see. Bree Tanner can barely remember the life she had before. She had uncannily powerful senses, superhuman reflexes, and unstoppable physical strength. Life before she had a relentless thirst for blood. Life before she became a vampire. All Bree knows is that living with her fellow newborns has a few certainties and even fewer rules. Watch your back, don't draw attention to yourself, and above all, make it home by sunrise or die. What she doesn't know, her time as an immortal is quickly running out. Then Bree finds an unexpected friend in Diego, a newborn just as curious as Bree. About their mysterious creator, whom they know only as her. As they come to realize that the newborns are pawns in a game larger than anything they could have imagined, Bree and Diego must choose sides and decide whom to trust. But when everything you know about vampires is based on a lie, how do you find out the truth? In another irresistible combination of danger, mystery, and romance, Stephenie Meyer tells the devastating story of the newborn army as they prepare to close in on Bella Swan and the Collins, following their encounter into its unforgettable conclusion. Not so much romance. Kind of, but not really. Danger, mystery, and all that, yes. So, it's a very, very short book. Very, very thin book. This book you could read in 1 to 2 sittings. It's a very, very fast read. It is definitely a book that teenagers, adolescents could read like that as well. It has pretty big writing. Very easy to understand. And just gives you a little bit of insight into those vampires that came to get Bella in Eclipse, which is kind of nice to read and neat to learn about before the Eclipse movie comes out, because there may be scenes and things in there that this will give us more insight on. So that's my review. If you're a fan of the Twilight series, obviously I recommend reading it. If you're not a fan of the Twilight series, you might still enjoy this short book as well. It's a little novella. It's very short. It was cute. It was good. Nothing totally intellectual or anything like that, but I do recommend it. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to sharing more with you soon with fewer interruptions. See ya. Ooh, and by the way, take a look.
Here.
It totally shot my hair off.
Okay, what we have here is
for those of you who care.